Welcome to set number 2 of the Smite Oceanic League. After those two epic matches between Avant-Garde and Dire Wolves, we now have got Ivory Gaming versus Team Solo Theo. My name is Nightfall, and joining me for this set is going to be Switchbay. How you doing, man?
I'm doing very, very good today. I'm really excited for these games. It should be a very, very interesting set of games.
No doubt. Both still, while not at the top or the middle, they're still fighting it out for that seeding at the Challengers Cup, which will be on the 19th and 20th of September. But we will go straight into these pick and bans. And while we do that, I just want to mention, guys, that if you do see a highlight play, go !top in the chat, and then a link will show up for you. And also, if you take a screenshot of the fire giant and then submit it using !giveaway, you can also go in the draw to win a Sandboxer $100 gift voucher, which is pretty epic. So what you need is a screenshot of the fire giant being taken from each set. That includes tomorrow as well. So do make sure that you are onto that one, and you will go into the draw for a $100 gift voucher. That's pretty awesome. I actually have a Neath. This is my Neath. Doesn't it look fancy? It's so much better than Hughesy's Thor.
I know, Thor's pretty cool. Pretty brute. Just like Hughes, though. Brute and manly. Isn't he?
With a very nice beard as well.
Right?
But straight into these pick and bans, we got Alkong first banned away.
Yeah, we've seen Ao Kwang be banned countless amounts of times. So it's just a testament to how strong that god is and what he can bring to a team fight and how people like to use him. Jungle and solo, very, very strong. After that, we're going to see the response of Khepri. Now, Khepri was not allowed to be played last week. It has been allowed to come through this week. He's a really, really strong, typical support style god, very tanky as well as the ultimate that will bring someone back to life. So it's no doubt that that would have been banned away pretty early.
We saw Yada play it in the solo lane as well, which was pretty effective in that first game of Avant-Garde versus Dire Wolves, but unfortunately did fall to that one.
Right, we are going to see the return ban of an Athena. Athena, like Ao Kwang, brings a lot to a team comp, sorry. And it's a flex pick. You can play it in multiple roles. So don't particularly want an Athena running around the map. And we're going to finish off with a Bellona. Same deal with the Bellona. Similar to Ao Kwang, you can play her in the solo lane or you can play her in the jungle. Very strong, very versatile, and very, very difficult to deal with. But we are going to get straight into the picks here, and we are going to see Sylvanas get picked up first. Sylvanas.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Which is quite interesting because with Khepri now being allowed, it forces one of those first two bans for each team to be either a Sylvanas or a Khepri, or, you know, now that Khepri is now bannable, it leaves something open, which is going to be the Sylvanas. And Sylvanas, so strong. His sustain, his initiation, his displacement with that Nature's Grasp is absolutely amazing, and you definitely want that in your support role.
You're exactly right. And we are going to see the return picks of a Geb Medusa. So that's going to be your duo lane. Geb very, very strong. We've seen him time and time again. The shield is really, really good. And pair the Shockwave up with the clear from the Medusa early game. You're going to be clearing the wave and applying a lot of pressure there, as well as quite a bit of poke. So that's already a very, very strong lineup for the duo lane there.
Yeah, for Team Solo Theo, it's pretty good. And now Hades and Hou-Yi locked in. Very interesting.
It does seem like an ultimate base team comp where someone's trapped in the Hades ult, the Hou-Yi ult's going to go down. It's going to do a lot of damage if you catch someone out without beads. We are going to see the return of an Isis there. Most likely going to be played in the mid lane. Definitely going to be played in the mid lane. She's really strong. Her clear's good. And she brings a lot to a team fight as well with the big circles. The really big circle.
Circles OP. Speaking of circles, banned away, it's going to be Agony, taken away from... Actually, no. Agony doesn't want to play that one. Oh, well, he does have the Isis already, but interesting how Agony doesn't want to play Agony. Thank you for not playing that.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be playing against an Agni as an Isis. You just get stunned out of your Wind Gust, and it's really difficult for you to clear. We are going to see a return ban of the Hunbats. Now, Humbat's very powerful jungler. His crits early game are pretty good. His camp clear is very strong, as well as his Fear No Evil being his ultimate, will push people all around the place. It makes for a very, very good team fight. In the next lot of two, we are going to see a Circuit being picked up. Now,
Yes.
Circuit is a very good pick here because of the healing that you're going to get from the Sylvanas and a little bit of the Hades as well. It just makes the gank on the solo lane a little bit more manageable, even if Hades decides to build a bit tanky.
Yeah, and now Bastet being up as well. Bastet into a Circuit. Very interesting. Circuit, while her early game is extremely strong, would you say it's still on? Would you say it's on par with the Bastet, with the cats and the taking damage?
Well, if you go with the red pot start for a Bastet, you'll be doing a lot of damage and you'll most likely get a first blood somewhere. So I can understand the Bastet putting on a lot of the early pressure, as well as the cats. Like, you'll be able to tower dive people. The cats will be able to tank it. Your bleed does a lot of damage. Your slow slows for a ton. Plus, you've got the jump, which allows you to jump back as well to the original position, to the starting position of the jump. So it's a safe pick as well, especially for the early game. You can jump in, lay down a lot of damage, probably kill someone, and then get back out of there and jump back to safety, which I see as being pretty darn good. We are going to see the last pickup, though, of a Wukong, which is
Wukong,
good. Wukong's solid.
Yeah, and now with the Bluestone changes, even if you put him in support, he deals so much damage. It's actually pretty scary. So for those of you who don't know, Bluestone now, when you use an ability, it applies a ticking damage.
Yeah, it ticks 2 times for 15 each,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's pretty scary with
100
his
health
cudgel.
and I believe 20 physical power as well. And it can stack for a maximum of 2. So a total of 60 potential damage being able to come out there.
Additional on top of the ability. That's
it's
pretty
crazy.
huge.
Really good early game aggression.
Yeah, and the fact that he got through is pretty good for who actually picked that one up. That's going to be Team Solo Theo. So Ivory are going to have a little bit of a hard time against that one. But did we miss the Giannis? We got a Giannis in there as well. So you mentioned Bastet playing safe. Giannis gonna be that safety pick / engage pick as well.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He can drop ship into an objective. He can slow portal people to safety. He can portal himself to safety. He can portal into a team fight if he's if he's trailing behind a little bit from a rotation. So very, very strong, as well as his lane clear. It's very, very good as well. Against an Isis, I'd say the early clear goes to the Isis, and the Giannis is going to have a little bit of a difficult time in the beginning. But once he hits about level 5, he'll be able to clear the wave just as effectively as the Isis. And if he lands the portal on the Isis during her Wing Gust, it cancels the Wing Gust as well as the Isis taking damage, from the portal. So that's also something to look out for, those sneaky little portals while you're trying to clear. It's definitely something to keep in the back of your mind.
Very difficult to hit though with that increased movement speed that Isis has. But yeah, like you said, if you can hit it, then it's definitely it'll cut off the wave clear and apply that damage as well. But guys, we are going to jump straight into this game. And actually, sponsors. Let's talk about that. So with Plantronics headset, this is them. They're pretty awesome. They're probably the best headset I've ever used, actually. I mean,
yeah, I'm using it now.
Honest opinion.
It's really, really good. It was a little bit strenuous to set up, but once you get it set up, it is incredible. Like, the sound quality is great. Yeah. There's like 3 different settings, like an EQ setting, so you can have the full bass or like the lower bass, and it's really, really cool. And on the mixer, you can swap between chat and in-game sounds. So once you get all that set up, it's like an essential part of your gaming set.
You can also answer phone calls with the headset.
Right.
I mean, this is the future. But also, thank you very much to Rocket and Sandboxer as well for sponsoring this Oceanic Pro League. There's again the Neath for you guys. But now that we've got our sponsors mentioned, we're going to head straight into this game, guys. We'll be right back after these short messages.
The new high-performance Rig 500 headset from Plantronics is designed to match the skills of an aspiring esport player with the gear they need to win. The new modular system gives you the power to adapt, upgrade, and personalize your headset for the task at hand. The Rig 500 series of gaming headsets are engineered to deliver the perfect combination of durable lightweight comfort in an immersive audio environment. 7.1 surround sound and 24-bit audio provide a stunning 360-degree sound field with directional audio. 40mm drivers with low-frequency resonators provide crisp highs and boosted bass. Clear voice noise-canceling technology provides clear communication to your teammates. From the headset company that equips the pros, the 500 series was crafted to meet the needs of esports and competitive players around the world. The new Rig 500 series of headsets from Plantronics. Respect the training. Reactions win.
When the world needs conquerors. When being rare is not enough. And even epic fails. It's time to create your own fate. To become legendary. No matter what kind of enemy you face, or what kind of game you play, you can become the craftsman of your own legend. It's time to create your own legend. Time to build your victory. Rocket Nef.
Hey there, Smite fans, check it out. See what Sandboxer's about. Print it, 3D print your favorite cards. Print it, and try to collect them all from image to the wall. You can even score your very own for take out a loan and order more. Print it, print it, print it, print it.
Welcome to Ivory versus Team Solo. Theo, my name is Nightfall, and joining me for this game is going to be Switch Bay. How you doing, Switch?
Good, man. We just saw some really good bands. We've got two really nice team comps here, and to see them played out right now, I'm a little bit excited for this.
Me too. So let's run through our rosters, shall we? On Team Solo Theo, that's going to be the Chaos side of the map. Side of the Spectator UI, top side of the mini-map. It's going to be Apples in the solo lane on that Sun Wukong. In the jungle, it's going to be Fonke on Circuit. In the mid lane, it's going to be Agony on Isis. In our duo lane, it's going to be Theodore and Church X135 on Gib and Medusa.
And on the left side of Spectator UI, under the blue health bars, we are going to have Ivory Gaming. We've got Jack47 on the Hades in the solo lane. Just Jelly's going to be your jungle Bastet. On a mouse is going to be your Giannis in the middle lane. Tomahawk and Rob Diggity, the brother duo, are going to be in the duo lane together as Sylvanas and Hoi Yi. Now, Hoi Yi, yeah.
Huey? Ho Jesus? How many other names do you have for Ho
Can we call Rob Diggity Hoi Jesus?
Yeah, let's call him Ho Jesus.
Awesome.
Can we do that?
All right, Rob Diggity
Okay.
Hoi Jesus. Fantastic. Just getting in, we see a bit of a, just right off the bat, there's a little bit of a selfish-ish kind of build from Jack47, where he opts to go straight for the tier 2 of Golden Sash. He's not going to have as much health sustain, I suppose, in lane. However, he is a Hades, so he will be able to heal up a bit, but
yeah,
he can take some poke down. He'll be able to take some poke between waves and heal that back up, but if he gets caught out before he gets a chance to heal, that could be slightly devastating for him.
Yeah, he's also got a mana pot there, and he's that blue buff that he'll be picking up over there from... Oh wow, they're doing the back camps as well as the speed buff camps as well. So Jack can sustain very well with that heal and the mana, but like you mentioned, if he does get caught out, he will go down.
right there. That start there really got us to mid a little bit quicker. Oh, not really a little bit quicker. It got him there much quicker than he would be on the left-hand side. So he's able to keep that pressure on in mid lane. Because when you start border side as a mid laner, you're most likely going to lose out on some lane pressure. But here on the right-hand side of the right mid camp, sorry, we do see Mouse take a Spirit Ball there. A bit of poke coming out from Agony as they decide that they want to kind of cancel out that engagement for the right side mid camps and take the wave. We do see Just Jelly, like I said in the picks and ban stage, is going to jump in, lay down a bit of damage, and then jump back to safety. He did take a bit of poke in the process, but he's showing some early dominance, which is nice.
And something we haven't mentioned is Just Jelly being in the jungle. He used to be the support for Ivory, but now he's moved to jungle. Kind of interesting role swap there.
I think he's filling in for Synchro, who's unable to play this week, which is a bit unfortunate. But Just Jelly is still a very solid player.
Yeah,
we do see that Ivory have managed to take the right side mid base, but neglected to clear their mid wave first. So they are going to lose, I believe, 2 minions worth of gold to the mid tower. A little bit inefficient, but whatever. It's fine. We do see they are going for their red buff now, and this is going to be really good because this means that Onimaeus is going to have his red buff a little bit longer than Agony, because there's not a whole lot happening in the mid lane so early on. But towards the time where Onimaeus is going to get his ultimate and Agony is going to get his ultimate, you're definitely better off having your red buff there. But we do see Fonke rotating in towards the duo side, landing the taunt. There goes the Deathbane, and it's just going to be a bit of a...
All through space of time to come through. It actually hit Theodore there, and now looks like Just Jelly and Mouse are going to go aggressive. There is the dash in from Rob Diggity, and there is the Stable Vortex going down. Just Jelly is going to secure the first blood onto Theodore. First blood towards Ivory Gaming.
That was really well done there. That was a really good counter engage. They knew that Fonke was coming in for the gank, or even if they didn't, that Fonke came in for the gank, landed the taunt and stuff, and then the moment that happened, I'm sure Rob called out for a rotation. His connection with Mouse in the mid lane is just really surprising. You don't particularly see that a lot between a mid laner and your ADC. They've got this interesting synergy that really awesome to watch. So yeah, Mouse just sent his ult over to the left side, wanted to get into that team fight. Jelly followed him behind him, and they managed to secure the first blood and get the pick onto Theo there.
Now the mid camp's being taken. Sorry.
That's fine. Sorry. Yeah, the mid camps do go down Ivory's side. That first pick, on the left-hand side, really came down to Tomahawk landing that pull. That Geb was trying to get away. He was just like, no, sir, come back here. Pulled him right back in, and they were able to pick up the kill there. It was a really good play by Tomahawk.
What do you think about the Divs versus the Transcendence? Medusa obviously needs to go for that mana from the Transcendence so that she can keep up her clear and that Viper shot as well, compared to the Hou-Yi, whose basic attacks is going to be doing much more damage.
I can kind of understand wanting the mana sustain if you're going to be aggressive in the lane. If you want to be poking out your opponent, then you definitely have to go for the trans, just to keep up your mana. If you want to sit back and play what I think is probably the smarter option of going into the Death's Toll and Spike Gauntlet, to then go into your Devourer's Gloves, I think that's probably a better call. But over towards the mid lane, we do see Fonke dropped his ultimate down on Mouse, just tried to poke him out a little bit, but Jack rotates over. Pillars of Agony comes down, and Circle Protection. Agony getting really low. And Mouse came up just at the end of that unstable vortex, and it looks like a bit of a disengage here. Apple's arriving a little bit late. Got out rotated by Hades there. Really shouldn't have, probably should have rotated at the same time, and probably would have been able to save Agony. But there we go. Second blood in the way of Ivory Gaming, 2-0.
Fonke was just sort of doing mid-camps there while that all went on. He was very close, but he didn't opt to help out Agony there. Interesting.
That was a bit of a strange one. I think just a lack of communication. Maybe someone just didn't call what they were doing properly, and led to one of them falling. However,
so now that However,
Sorry. We do see Medusa has finished her Transcendence, which means she's going to be able to start stacking. She's already got 6 stacks into that. And Rob Diggity has also finished his Devourer's Gauntlets. How's the stacking game going there?
yeah, it seems it seems that Medusa is top of that game, but did get to lane much, but now Rob Diggity, he's going to be stacking it up as well. So, speaking of stacks, Jack47 has finished his Warlock Sash, and now he's going to be extremely tanky with the extra health, that Pillar of Agony giving that protections as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a core item that you'd need on a Hades solo. By the time that's fully stacked, he's going to have so much health.
Yes.
He's going to be nigh unkillable. If he builds a tanky item, he's going to be a real pain to deal with or to try and get down. And when he's in his ultimate, like, he's just slightly invincible.
Oh, and actually here's Fonk's got the last burst onto Jack under the tower. He takes one hit, and now Jack jumps away. He's got the Pillar of Agony does come out. Will he get the kill? Yes, Fonke does secure a kill onto Jack, and that is the return kill for Team Solo Theo against Ivory.
Yeah, if Team Solo Theo carry on this momentum, and I suppose if Fonke, it kind of comes down to Fonke. If he ganks well and like ganks at the right time, I feel like that they'd probably be able to take game from Ivory, because Fonke is a very aggressive style player. He'll jump in, he'll taunt people up, even if it's himself sometimes. Sometimes you'll see him jumping into maybe a 2v1 or sometimes even a 3v1. And he just really wants to get amongst the fight and get stuff happening. But if he doesn't have the team behind him, he's kind of going to fall. But that's not the case, is what we saw in the right lane. That being said, in the right lane, that right side tower is already very, very low.
Yeah, and that's just the pushing power of Hades early game, while Sun Wukong is also good at going early. Nothing can compare to that Hades.
Got so much lane clear and sustain. It's... can we call it unfair? I think it's slightly unfair.
Sort of.
Is a bit ridiculous.
Because as long as Jack keeps pushing, Apples is going to either not be able to get his blue buff because he needs that farm, or he's going to get the blue buff and lose farm. Like, he's a decision to make. Actually, no, just Jelly's going to invade and steal that one away.
Oh, that's really, really smart there. If he takes a blue buff away from a Wukong, kind of becomes a little bit... No.
When it's 3v3 now, there's a Agony going down, so much damage coming through. There's a through space and time as Mouse wants to chase the kill onto Fonke, but Agony returns a kill onto just Jelly with that circle of protection. And that was a 1-for-0 in favor of Team Solo Theo.
Yeah, as I said earlier, if they can carry on that momentum, and it looks like they're trying to do that. They've tied it back up to 2-2, even though they did fall to first and second blood. They've kind of brought things a little bit back in their favor. If we head over to the graphs, we do see... Oh, sorry, over towards the left lane, we do see Ultimate coming down from Rob Diggity, and he manages to find Church with just a little bit of health and finishes her off with a basic attack.
Wow, that was close.
Rob, stop with the Hoy Jesus.
He was out of mana there. Oh, wow, because actually... Jack was tanking the tower to get a few more auto attacks onto that tower. It's just the way. Maybe if he tanks just a couple more shots, he'll be able to take that one down. And that's going to be an extra 100 gold for all of Ivory Gaming. Who would you give the late game to, considering how early game
I'd most definitely give it
Ivory
to
is?
Team Solo Theo, based on Ivory having Hades at Bastet, and heading over towards Team Solo Theo's side, you've got the Wukong, and Wukong late game is just a raid boss. He is so difficult to manage. That, and he's kind of got a second chance, because he's got his ultimate kind of gives him an extra life. As well as Fonke on Circuit, he'll just be running around and just really hurting people. We do see Just Jelly, though, trying to get a bit frisky in Team Solo Theo's jungle. But he unfortunately wasn't punished as hard as he should have been from there. He didn't have any ward coverage, and he was kind of just... I don't know, I suppose it's a bit of a meaningless aggression there. There was no need for him to be there. Tried to put on a bit of pressure and just got poked down a bit.
And that's
Did
something
get
that
punished
Ivory...
for that in the right lane, though.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. So it seems that Ivory are just aggressive everywhere they possibly can, and while they have fallen twice, they're coming out on top of these trades. They're 2.2k gold ahead, mainly because of that tower in the right-hand lane, but also where's that gold coming from?
Gold's probably just coming from some effective clearing of camps and waves sharing and all that kind of stuff, all that goodness, as well as forcing, like Wukong being forced under his tier 1 a lot would have restricted how much he could have gotten had they not lost their worth to the tower shots. So I think Ivory kind of owes that little bump mainly to Jack. He kind of just was able to out farm Apples in the early game. Apples is sitting at 5.1k, where Jack just ticked over to 6k, so that's like 0.9k, 900 gold up just from the one lane 11 minutes in.
That's pretty significant.
And Jack has also died once, so I kind of, yeah, I think that's mainly all to do there with Jack. Do you see everyone on the side of Ivory?
Look at this, just Jelly getting out in a 2v1 situation, but Jack is here to back him up. There goes the Cats in the last breath on towards Just Jelly. Will he go down through space and time? Support comes through from Mouse. Apples goes up in the ear. Can he secure the kill onto Just Jelly though? Yes, he secures that one. And that's a 1-0 trade. Theodore and Tomahawk now here as well. Agony turns up as well. But
very, very aggressive rotation there. He's just going to stun out Tomahawk and wing gust away to safety. That's all you need to do. There was no real kill potential there.
Yeah, only one kill going down after some... It looked like it was going to explode into a massive team fight, but only one kill secured.
Yeah, I suppose that's the power. I suppose the power, the sustain from the Hades. He was just able to not really take much note of that. But over towards the left lane, I kind of want to see a bit more fighting happening. I want to see more 1v1s, more go battles between Church and Rob Diggity here. But that clear on Medusa is incredible. That being said, we did see Rob Diggity drop his ult with the mark on Church. He was looking for the ult, so the combo, I suppose you could say, for Hou Yi, where you put the mark on, and then you drop your ultimate, and then you use your ricochet to stun them in the ultimate, allowing them to take maximum damage from that ultimate. But unfortunately, Church knew exactly what was happening, and he was just able to dash away to safety.
Yeah, and would you say that's a bit of a waste of an ultimate, or just forcing Church out of lane, just gonna extend the lead for Rob, because he is up in that kill.
Rob did just back there with low mana, so I think it was, I've got my ultimate up, I've got low mana, I should probably push him back a bit, and then I'll be able to back. But over into the left lane, just above the mid camps, we did see a grouping of Ivory, but unfortunately Funke was able to jump out of harm's way. He's going to sit under his tier 1, but this grouping here could look for a push onto this mid tower. But Team Solo Theo back in full force. Cataclysm finding 3, Shockwave finding 2, Beats coming out from Just Jelly, and the Pillar of Agony comes down. Jack finds 1, Just Jelly finds Theodore, and if Ivory are smart here, they really should back off, take the pick and leave. You see Mouse just getting out, he's way too poked out, but the pull comes out from Tomahawk, finds Apples, Petrify from Church, does pick up the kill onto Jack, and more aggression coming out. Apples ultimates away to try and pick up the kill on Jelly, but Jelly's just going to get out with a slither of health.
Oh, so close then. Is Ivory going to re-engage again? Yes, there goes the Sunbreaker and dash forward from Ho Jesus. That's going to be Rob Diggity, and now Mouse is trying to go through as well. Oh wow, a blink from Tomahawk is going to secure it with a Verdant Growth, and here's Church. He's trying to return some damage with the help of Apples, but Ivory on top of that trade, they're looking for the Gold Fury now.
That was a really, really good initiate there by Ivory. Solo Theo, they were under their tier 1. There was no need for Theo to blink in and Cataclysm there. He should have waited for them to engage and hold that ultimate so that he could stun someone under the tower. But we are going to see Ivory Gaming pick up that Gold Fury. Fonke tried to get in there and show a bit of aggression, maybe pull them off it a bit, but they just had too much health, and the heal coming down from Tomahawk on Sylvanas was just able to perk them up a little bit and give them a bit of life into, just in case Fonke was to go in there and try and fight. We are going to see a disengage now. Ivory are just going to sit back, spend their gold that they just acquired from getting, I believe it was a 2 for 0 trade, or 3 for 0, sorry. and that Gold Fury as well. We're going to be
1.
able to pick up some actives and finish off some items and get ready for the next fight.
It looked like 3 for 1. Jack went down there.
Oh, yes. Excuse me. That's right.
That's quite alright. So now a 2.5 gold lead for Ivory Gaming has turned into a 3.7k gold. And they're going to spend up all that money to get those items. Speaking of items, let's take a look here. Hasten Fatalis for Rob.
This earlier Hasten Fatalis, I personally don't agree with it. I think that you kind of need your Executioner for, because it gives you the same amount of attack speed as the Fatalis does. I suppose if you want to chase down the kills, it's more based around that style. But over towards the mid lane, we do see Funke blink in and try and get a taunt off. Mouse is dropping seriously low. Might die to the and trying to get away from his teammates so it doesn't spread.
Oh,
but
what?
does he live?
He got out of there with a through and time, and Apples wasn't able to secure it. What happened there? Jack now
Mr.
engaging.
Mouse over towards mid lane. We do see that Jack tries to drop down that Pillars of Agony, but he's going to take way too much damage. Only finds 1, but unfortunately he's just going to have to pull back there. He copped quite a bit of damage, but Funke lurking around the jungle. I was really hoping to see him just jump in and lay some wreck, but Just Jelly, as we said in the picks and bans, jumps in, does some damage, and can back out safely. But the blink and... wow, that Wrath of Terror was well placed. The stun coming down onto Theodore under the Sunbreaker is going to put down quite a bit of damage. Theodore's just going to try and run away while ultimate comes down from Isis, and Just Jelly's just going to have to get out here. Jack decides that he wants to go back in, and Jelly picks up the kill on Agony.
Yeah, he does indeed, and they're still engaging while Tier 1 towers are still up. Both teams haven't sieged that much, but now with Tomahawks, Wisps, Ivory are going to siege this Tier 1 tower, and will it actually go down? They just need that next wave of minions, and it will go down. Just Jelly on a little bit of health. Will he actually go to Fonke to jump in, and Mouse secures the kill with a through space and time. Fonke gets taken down. This is probably going to be the tower right now.
That was... wow.
That was
Fonke just
big.
jumped right in the middle of there and then just died. Like, straight up just died. Mouse saw him and Mouse is like, oh no, he's probably going to ult me. Because Fonke's ult was at his disposal there, but he just didn't have the time to use it. I don't want to get ulted by her. I'm going to start ulting, so I'll be CC immune. And it turns out she didn't even get the ult off. He's just going to destroy her with Onomaus's Kamehameha. That was awesome.
Spirit gun, as I hear some people like to call it. Rob Diggity now. So the Haste of Fatalis, like you said, it gives the same attack speed as Executioner, but it's that movement speed as well that it gives you. Would you say he needs to keep up the movement speed as Medusa's passive?
I would say that that's probably what he's thinking. If it was... like, Medusa's dash is a fairly long one, and I'm not too sure if Rob Diggity's leap is kind of in the similar, like, I suppose, length. So if he's finding that a lot of kills are getting away with just like a little bit of health, then you should probably be going with the Hasten Fatalis. But if you're not being pressured a whole lot, and you're not really losing out on kills from them getting away, then Executioner would probably be the thing to go into there.
True. Now the Soul Eater coming out for Church as well. He's gonna give that what is it? It's the physical power and the physical protections to all allies within 70 units, and also give him that huge health buff, the life steal, and the attack speed. Soul Eater is just, it's a pretty broken item.
Catch you off there, Nightfall, but over towards the left side in the jungle, over on that red buff, we do see Jelly jumping in. He keeps trying to jump in and steal that red buff away, but unfortunately, I don't think he was able to do so. Took a tiny bit of damage there, not as much as he should have been punished for. Jelly has been jumping in at, I'd say, probably ridiculous times where he probably should not be aggressing and getting away without taking very much poke. I think that Team Solo Theo really need to switch on and start to punish him for making these mistakes.
Yeah, Agony just missed the stun there on towards him. If he landed that stun and then he had the CC with the silence, then that could have definitely been a kill on towards Just Jelly, as he wouldn't be able to jump back.
Yeah, something to note here is we've seen Ivory sit back for the past little while. For the past 2 to 3 minutes, they've kind of just been hanging out and not really looking to push or aggress on anything really, which could only mean that they're waiting to group up for a big team fight. And I'm a little bit excited to see what it leads into. But we do see Jack teleported into that ward on the left side of those left side mid camps. Big grouping here. Is Jack going to go in, or are you just going to wander around? You need to commit to something.
He's forcing them off.
You got Mouse behind you.
He's forcing them off. He's playing the zoning game while the Gold Fury was taken. Fonke taken extremely low without being able to do anything. There's a Cataclysm, Pillar of Agony, Ice's ultimate. Every ultimate being used right now. Sunbreaker dealing massive damage. Rob Diggity secures a kill onto Gib. Church secures a kill onto Just Jelly with the Petrify, and now the rest of Ivory are forcing themselves in. Blink forward from Jack. He's extremely low as he opts to jump away from that one. Team Solo Theo forced off the Gold Fury, and Ivory, while they did trade 1-for-1, they still came out on top.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at Funke coming in. Jack's going to try and zone him, but Jack's got kind of low health as well. Funke is going to fall through that portal, take a little bit of damage. That Spirit Ball coming through onto Jack, chunking him down for quite a bit. Rob Diggity's tanking the Gold Fury, as well as taking a bit of damage from Team Solo Theo there, from Apples and Church. But Funke blinks over into the red buff and drops the ultimate onto Mouse. Mouse is going to beads that away. Funke is going to take a lot of damage to that unstable vortex, and he's kind of just going to run away because Cirquette is the lady with 1,000,001 dashes. Actually,
Indeed.
no, I think we agreed. We agreed last time we casted together that it was 1,000,012.
Was it? Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think that's what we
did.
agreed on.
Yeah. Too many dashes to count.
Mouse just used his ultimate to, I think he...
Clear
I'm not sure
the
if he
wave
wanted to
then.
clear wave there or try and get a bit of damage down, but either way, he knew that he was not going to be able to kill anybody there. He was pretty low. He kind of just wanted to show a bit of dominance there because there were 3 people sitting at the tip of his tier 1, and he did not want to give that up. I think it's a mid laner's pride. The mid laner's pride is if you get your mid tower down, your tier 1 mid tower taken... Oh, sorry, if you take the enemy team's mid tower before yours is taken down, kind of win. Like, that's a bit of a vic in itself.
Yeah.
So I think
Definitely
Mouse is
agree,
very
because-
overprotective of that mid tower. He definitely does not want to see that one go down. We are going to see Ivory wanting to do this Gold Fury, but Team Solo Theo had a sneaking suspicion that they were there. And they're just going to go and force Tomahawk and Rob Jiggity off.
Oh, so these unstable vortexes that Mouse is doing well, as Just Jelly steals away that portal. It looked like Mouse wanted to go through that one, but Just Jelly used it for safety. Better than Engage in my eyes. And that unstable vortex dealing so much damage. Mouse is level 17 currently. But actually, let's take a look. Let's look at level advantages.
Yeah, we can definitely see Mouse is a level over Agony. Jack is a level over Apples. Jelly is par with Fonke.
Which is
And
actually pretty
Tomahawk has
commendable.
2 levels on Theo. 2 levels. And Rob Diggity and Church are tied. So we do see the skew in experience is definitely in the favor of Ivory here, as the graphs show us. Just over 6k experience in favor of Ivory, and just under 5.5k gold. We do see Ivory wanting to take this Gold Fury, and they are going to secure it as Apples just runs through with that Ox, knocking up 4 of them. But Theodore in the back, there goes a blink in Wrath of Terror, and we are going to see Tomahawk take down Agony there, as well as kind of just walking around, people trying to get away from this fight. Diggity is kind of chasing down Theo there. It does not look like Theo's going to get out, and Rob Diggity's going to secure that kill there. Just Jelly getting exceptionally low towards the left side. Pillar of Agony comes down just as Apple starts his ultimate, so he's just going to be able to walk out of that and heal up and kind of disengage here. Team Solo Theo should definitely be sitting back. I know Fonke sees Mouse in the back there. I know what Fonke's thinking. He wants him, but they just can't do it.
He tried it before, but Mouse had the beads and the portals. Because he's Giannis, he could be anywhere. Oh wow!
Whoa.
Just Jelly gets exploded, being far too aggressive with that pounce. And now Ivory, even though they lost one, through space and time, gonna chunk out Apps. They're going for this tier 2 tower, but can Team Solo Theo defend?
They definitely cannot. Apples is picked out, Fonke's poked out, Church is okay. He's got full mana, but Theo's going to stand there at the front of the Phoenix and say, no, I'm not letting you take another... No, it's not happening. You're not taking the tier 2 and the Phoenix in the same push. He's just going to show a lot of dominance there. They are just going to disengage from this one, clear out the red buff, take the back camps, and try and deny Team Solo Theo from getting any room to breathe here.
Yeah, they've just extended this lead. They've snowballed it. They're just playing super aggressive, like we saw just Jelly. Although he got taken down, they're still playing very aggressive and coming out on top of these trades. Now, oh, it's not looking good for Team Solo Theo. They still have a chance. If they could steal a Fire Giant or split push and get Cup and Gold, then they still have a chance to come back.
They've definitely still got a chance. They're not out of this game just yet. All Ivory need to do really are make one mistake. Team Solo Theo, they are behind, but it's not enough to count them out. They can come back and overtake in the gold and experience lead. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Getting towards the numbers here, the player damage. Church is currently sitting on 17.5k player damage.
That's pretty
Shortly
huge.
followed by Rob Diggity on 16k. That's slightly
extremely
surprising.
commendable because Church got 1v1 by Rob, but he's still he's still equal in levels. He's still kind of equal in gold. Oh, actually, he's down by 2,000. Is that 2,000? Wow, he's down by 2,000, but he's still up in levels. He's still got more player damage, and that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think it's, you know what, it's not only, sorry, but it's mainly from those petrifiers. His petrifiers have actually been slightly perfect this game. They've been at the right times. Back up in the team need, but over into towards mid lane, we do see Theo blink in with the Cataclysm, finds two. Fight is going to break out through space and time, comes out, shooting over to the right lane for some reason. Sunbreaker comes down, and the Wrath of Terror just chunking down so much damage. Team Solo Theo they're just getting outpoked.
Yeah, and
These
wow,
teamfights.
just Jelly going aggressive once again. Rob Diggity secures a kill onto Agony, and unfortunately the Petrify missed, as we did commend Church for an amazing Petrifies. He missed that one under tower, and I think if that landed, he would have been able to secure a kill onto Just Jelly or maybe Tomahawk. And if he did secure it onto Tomahawk, that's so much sustain lost from Ivory.
Talk about eating my words, jeez. Oh well, we do
Justice
see
curse.
Ivory grouping. They do want to take this right tier 2, but oh my word, that damage! Apples is gonna fall to Rob Diggity. They do want to siege this tower. 3v5 here. Tomahawk's a little bit poked out. His wisps have just been sent out. He's gonna heal back a little bit, and that's gonna be tier 2. They're just being on so much pressure right now. Not looking good for Team Solo Theo right now.
No, not at all. They've lost all their towers. They've lost their mid lane Phoenix, and actually, all of Ivory are opting to recall it instead of doing that Fire Giant. They don't want to give Team Solo Theo any chance of coming back into this game or having any potential of stealing a Fire Giant. So, Ivory just gonna head back, spin up all that huge amount of gold that they just 14k gold lead. This is huge.
That's just testament to the team fights and how Ivory are coming out on from these team fights. You see Funke trying to get a little bit aggressive, but again, Circuit can get out of most situations there. He's just going to jump away to safety. Ivory should really, be pressuring this Fire Giant here, or trying to bait it out for a team fight. We do see Jack in the left lane. He's going to be rotating across now. This could be the beginning of a fight. I need this to explode. With damage coming out of everywhere. And that being said, Funke is just going to get chunked down by Jack47 there. Blinking Wrath of Terror from Tomahawk. It is going to find two. Sunbreaker comes down, dealing incredible amounts of damage to Agony, and the Isis is going to fall down. And in the jungle, Jelly is going to get a kill onto Geb there. The wreck train just continues. Ivory are just going to walk straight in there. And they did force out the ultimate there from Apples, so he's not going to... Actually, Apples just can't really defend that.
Yeah, he's got no damage.
Like, the damage on top of just Apples not being able to clear that off, and that's just going to be wrapping up Game 1 of Ivory versus Team Solo Theo there. Pretty well played there. It was a bit of a shaky start for Ivory, as in Team Solo Theo replied with the first and second blood. Replied from the first and second blood. It was a bit neck and neck towards about 8 minutes. And from there, I suppose from the first Gold Fury that Ivory were managed to secure, they just took that and ran with it and came out on top of this one. Bit of a low scoring game of 17-6. But still a pretty good game. Ivory should be pretty happy with their performance on that one.
And Agony didn't seem very comfortable in that ISIS pick. He's so used to Agony, and he plays a brilliant Agony. He didn't seem comfortable or in the right mindset for this game.
Yeah, you could definitely tell there was not a lot of big kind of damage outputs from him that we're so used to seeing when he plays that comfort pick of Agni. But I do think that Mouse just did a very, very solid game. He put on the pressure early. The start that they did there that got Mouse into the lane at the same time as Agony allowed him to kind of assert some dominance and kind of show that he wasn't able to give up that lane pressure, so he was able to kind of be there and get a bit of poke off as well. So really well done there by Ivory. And Rob Diggity finishing that one 7-0. Wow.
That's huge. That is massive.
That's what he uses. That's, as you probably wouldn't know, that's just a typical Rob Diggity on Hoi. He's a bit of a monster with that god.
He is indeed. And the support, Tomahawk, he played extremely well there as well.
Didn't die.
0 and 10. 3 members of Ivory didn't die. That's very amazing play there.
Yeah, that was really well done. I'm actually surprised Rob Diggity didn't die at all that game. 7-0. It's wow. That's really well done there.
Extreme wow moment there. But guys, we are going to have a very short break while we load up game number 2. We'll be right back.